Welcome to In the Hole. I am your host, Sophie Chuaniel, and today we have Zane Roth in the Hole. Zane is a funny guy, overall, recreationally and professionally. He's a comedian in improv. He taught me about improv, so I would consider you an improv professor of sorts.
Thanks.
Producer? Do you produce shows?
I do produce shows.
Yeah,
I'm technically a producer.
A Rizzler, some could say.
Don't say that.
Frizzmaster?
I play the sport.
He plays the
I
sport.
wouldn't consider myself a master.
Well, you are traveling to Europe to play said sport?
No, I'm actually
to
volunteer.
With the intention of next
year if I'm locked in Alien.
So there's big plans. Anyways.
I would consider myself a planner.
He's a planner. This is Zane Roth in the Hole. Zane Roth in the Hole.
He's a planner.
He's a planner.
Planner.
Yeah.
There are plans. I have a lot of
Zane
plans.
Roth. Okay. Tell me more about these plans. Tell me about the future first, and then we'll work backwards.
Okay. Do you want broad scoping or do you want short term?
I want both.
Here's what I will say. I am a planner. I would say that. I have things in my calendar booked. I'm booked out through September. It's true. I have things going through September. But I also have like what are you doing June 20th? Do you know? That's going to be a beach day. That's going to be important. It hasn't been announced yet.
June 30th, I have a wedding. June
okay,
20th,
well, June 20th.
Nothing.
I also have a wedding late June, so June 20th.
Okay.
I'm going to Poland for a wedding in June, June 3rd, June 28th.
Congrats.
Anyway, not me. I have days planned, but then I have bits planned. Like, you don't know, there's I have, I can't say what I have going on right now, but I have long payoff bits that I have set up now that I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Can you give an example?
I can give examples of past ones. Yeah. I've told I had a friend, I had Caroline Pants visit. Pants wanted to see Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
And for weeks leading up to when Pants visited, I was like, Gabe is busy. Gabe can't come. He's busy doing work. I'm sorry, I've checked. She didn't know that we had a full she was gonna come and have dinner, and he was gonna be there, and we're gonna go see a show after. I'm blanking now that you're trying to make me think of them off the top of my head, but I just have surprises that are always in the works, that are always behind the scenes.
So concepts with lots of moving parts.
I have concepts of a plan.
Once everything's in orbit, it's the eclipse is. You're ready when the eclipse will happen.
I control the planets.
Yeah.
It's like an eclipse, but I can choose where the peach will fall. I can choose.
By way of manifestation, or you're.
No, I'm in control.
Pure puppeteering.
Marionette style.
Okay.
I would say I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Should I be looking at the camera more, or should I be looking at you?
Oscar and I were just talking to each other, and same thing with Morgan and I. But if you would like to stare at the camera,
I got a note recently that I should cheat out more. At the improv, someone who saw my improv show said, "Zane, you have a really expressive, fun to look at face. I want to see it more, but I keep talking like this, and so I've been told to cheat out more, so I can try that."
When did Broken Couch Improv begin? When did Dream Couch Rotation begin? And can you also give background for those that haven't been graced with the show?
Long story short, I have been doing improv. This is going to give some more background. I've been doing improv for now 11 or 12 years. I started this summer. I would say I formally started improv training the summer before high school. So I'm in 13th grade, which is just the real world. And I started in no. I did more. I'm in 20. I'm in 12. I'm in 17th grade.
Okay,
I'm in 17th grade. The real world 101. I started the summer before at Frenchwoods, which we'll talk about later. Mm-hmm. I had a class with Matt Weck. I auditioned for the troupe every year since I was 13. The improv troupe at Frenchwoods, they let you start auditioning at 13. I started auditioning, actually, I lied, at 14, and I didn't get in. And I auditioned, this is a true statistic, I auditioned for the Frenchwoods improv troupe 7 or 8 times without getting in. When I finally got in, I was only in for 2 years, the teacher was like, Zane, talk about how you didn't get in forever. And how that's okay. And at auditions, he'd make me share that. And I was like, yes, if you don't get in, keep trying. But yeah, the summer before high school, I took a class with one Matt Wexler, who I am Super Smash Bros. Video game friends with now, currently. Very nice guy. And he kind of taught me the basics, but I kind of knew them already just from like being, I don't know, just being me. That led to doing improv in college and high school. I got in as a freshman, which was rare. I got into my high school's improv troupe, which was very select and really good. As a freshman, I was very happy and proud of myself. I go to college. I'm an improv snob already. Duh. I've been doing it for like 5 years already. I saw their like pre-audition show, and I was like, wait, they're so bad at improv. I was like, their form is bad. They're not yes-anding right. Like, their theory's all off. Like, it's not fucking funny. I can curse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not funny at all. I don't like cursing, but I'll do it every so often. I was not funny at all. And then auditions came around, and I did an audition. And they're like, all right, you're going to get an email later today. Email comes back. I'm not in any troupe. There's 3 troupes. I didn't make any of them. I then, like, cut myself off from UB Improv for, like, 3 weeks. I didn't go to any of their events. I didn't respond to any of their emails. I was like, you guys are so dumb and blind that you can't see the best improviser to grace your college has just descended upon you, and you didn't put me in a troupe. You're insane. Then I get an email where it's like, you can audition for this other thing. Great. I go, and this person who goes, they're like, oh, you need like an unscripted monologue based on this character we give you for this murder mystery thing. The person who goes before me has it written out. It frustrated me no end. Had a notebook full of, they were dating the director, so they knew all the characters beforehand. I did not. I learned the characters basically day of. And they had scripted monologues for themselves. I, on the other hand, did not. I was a wizard, and I gave like an omen in rhyme. And one of the president of the club at the time was like, "Did you script that before?" I was like, "No, it's improv." I literally was like, "Are you stupid?" I was like, "This is improv. Like, of course the rhyme's off the top of my head. It's fucking like, are we stupid? Like, I know the person before had something scripted, but that's blasphemous to me." Then he was like, "You're really good. Can you be in my troupe?" Because someone dropped out. And I was like, yes. And then I met my 2 best friends, Autumn and Killian, who are still 2 of my best friends. And it all worked out magically. And then I met Gabe at UB at college. And nearing the end of college, I realized that there was a lot of money guarding improv. Classes are expensive. To get on a stage is expensive. To rent a theater is expensive. To hold practice is expensive. All these things are really expensive, and I wanted to do improv for the love of the game, not for the monetary incentive. So I was like, Milo, who's my brother, I was like, who also does improv. I was like, Milo, I was the president of my college improv club. My brother was the president of his college improv club when he was in college. He did UCB as well, whatever. I was like, we should make a troupe for ourselves that performs in parks outside for free. And that would be like the thing, is that we did outside improv. We're like, yeah, it's a great idea. We put a lot of work in. It took longer than expected. And by the time we had a troupe formed, it was cold. As you know, as you lived here this last winter as well. Mm-hmm. It was quite a cold one. And we were like, no one wants to be outside. And the first ever practice, my brother, we practiced in his apartment, had a broken couch, which he actually replaced the next week. So we only had it for 1 week. But the original photos of our troupe were on a couch missing a leg. It was very slanted, and it was a broken couch. And then we were trying to think of just like a name for a show, and Gabe was like, Dream Couch Rotation. I stuck. And now we've done 3 Dream Couch Rotations. We are still Broken Couch Improv. Improv's so good at Broke the Couch. And on May 14th, me and Gabe will be doing, this is future, I'm cheating. Me and Gabe will be doing a 2-prov show, Roth and Santos, at QED. For the 2-prov tournament, 40 improvisers, 20 teams, 6 shows, 3 venues, 1 winner. And we're hoping to win, and I think my odds are good.
There's like lots of rounds. Are they all at QED?
No.
Okay.
There's some shows at the Rat. There's 3. It's 3 theaters. It's UCB, Rat. The Rat is yeah. We love the Rat.
We love the Rat.
We love the Rat. They host Dream Couch Rotate, and it's a gorgeous space, Lovely. Anyway, love the Rat. Tax deductible donation to the Rat.
Rat is in Dumbo. QED is in Astoria.
Yeah.
Both lovely, generous, great venues.
And then UCB is in Manhattan.
And UCB,
And
never
I
been.
think it's.
Sure, they're great.
You serious?
I've never been.
We should go to a show. It's okay. What are you doing after this?
Nothing.
Let's go to UCB show.
Okay. You have a very classic story as far as continuing to get told no, denied, or rejected, and continuing on anyways. Was this faith in yourself? Was it really difficult, but you had to learn out of it, or was it always just like was the perseverance aspect of this always coming naturally to you? Because I don't think anyone that knows you would consider you quick to be discouraged. But it sounds like if you were any less than you are, like even someone who is not easy to be discouraged, but like normal, that's like, one could say a lot of rejection.
I was like, I want to do this. And I was like, I'll get it eventually. I was like, let's keep betting on red, right? Let's keep losing money here, and it hit eventually. This is a really funny story that I tell everyone. I think it's really funny. I really wanted to be a magician growing up. There's a whole separate. I have like a box actually over here of just decks of cards and like magic. There's multiple boxes of just magic tricks in this house. There's one under the TV and there's one right here, and there's actually a third one that's like half full. It's like over there. I want to say 7 or 12. Don't remember, young. I was like, Mom, I want to be a magician, and Mom was like I really distinctly remember in this exact hallway, and she was like, that is not a real job. She's like, they don't make money. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll be a comedian. Like, I was like, all right. She said no to my first dream job. Let's go to the next dream job.
And you didn't ask about, you weren't.
No, I never asked.
Yeah, because you knew it was gonna be.
Well, I knew. Yeah, I wanted to go to. I didn't really want to go to. I have all love for Emerson. They have a comedy program, and I was thinking about doing it. And my mom was like, if you want to go to clown college, that can be on your own money. And I was like, okay, I'll go to a state school.
And that's how you ended up at UB.
Like, kind of. Like, I wanted to go to UB. I really liked UB. The other thing, I do have faith in myself. I think I sound, is the word conceited when you sound too full of yourself?
Yeah.
Writer girl, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think especially in like my opening tangent, I did sound a little bit conceited. And I don't want to sound like that, but I think I am okay at improv. Maybe better, like pretty good at least, I'd say. And something that actually, shouts out Killian Hannigan. Killian Hannigan I met in my first ever improv troupe. He became my best friend and my roommate for a year. Still one of my best friends, still call him once a week. He's in Buffalo still. We have a lot of, like, in Buffalo, there was a theater program, and he would literally be like, we would make fun of the kids in the theater. We're like, oh, you're at the theater program? Sorry. I know this is about, like, uplifting people and stuff like that.
But you did theater, no?
No, I did political science and history.
Okay. I mean at Frenchwoods, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, actually, I did tech. I was in, like, one music. I was in, like, a musical when I was 7, a musical when I was 8, a musical when I was 9, and then a musical when I was 17.
Oh. Theater was laughable, not in a literal way,
No,
but
sorry.
in, like, the concept of...
No. I love theater.
Yeah.
I love theater. I respect everyone. What me and Killian made fun of was people that were in the musical theater program at University at Buffalo.
Yes.
We're like, y'all are not.
There was like a culture there that was...
No, they all thought they were going to make... Like, I said, this sounds bad on a podcast about, like, uplifting young people and pursuing their dreams.
No, this is part of it. This is part of it.
But we were like, guys, if you're at the musical theater program at the University of Buffalo, the state school, like if you, like, girl, what are we doing? But then he'd always, like, take a beat and he'd be like, but you're going to make it. I'd be like, what? I could waver in my self-belief because those around me would pick it up when I dropped it. Like, Killian would always be like, yeah, there's a lot of people that want to make it famous, but, like, you're going to make it. And, like, yeah, he's my best friend, so he's kind of, like, has to say that, but he doesn't have to because he's kind of a straight shooter. But there's a lot of people that I've met, Killian's definitely the biggest, though, who are like, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. If you audition 8 times and you get told no, on the 9th time when you audition, you see your name on that sheet, feels pretty good. There was a recent, I saw a reel, and it was really good. It was like, I think it was a Timothy Chalamet quote. I'm going to give it to him, even if it isn't. It was like, if you knew after 100 rejections you were going to get a yes, wouldn't you just love getting rejections? Because that means that you're one step closer to a yes. So I think, like, I'm kind of that, where it's like, if I just keep shooting, and, like, if I keep auditioning and I keep shooting and I keep just trying, like, eventually Eventually someone's got to say yes.
Yeah. I was talking about this recently. My example was when you're traveling, part of it is you're on the plane and you're like in the taxi and you can feel moving forward. But an equally important part of the process is like waiting for your train that says it'll come in 17 minutes. And like that part feels a lot more brutal, but that is like if each step of the traveling process is one rejection, some of them feel like a rejection moving forward. So if it felt like all 99 feel the same way, it would be fine. But like traveling, you have to just trust that the delays on the train are just as much progress as when the train is moving. They just feel different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Waiting at the platform is part of it.
Waiting at the platform.
Is
like,
part of the commute.
Going through.
Waiting at the platform is part of the commute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my new thing.
Write that down.
Which adds to the 99 rejections thing.
Yeah.
Because if it were that simple, it would feel better. Like, commuting feels fine if it's... That's why having less transfers feels better.
Yes.
Because even if it takes longer, it's just
oh my God, I love
less
no transfers.
mental... It's less mental energy, and you feel like you're in progress the whole time. Because the second I get on my one train, and I know it's one train all the way to the end,
that's so good.
I'm there. I did my part of the journey.
Yeah.
The artistic pursuit and life in general is not a one train.
Oh, New York City is everything.
New York.
Trains are in metro is everything. It's so true.
Yeah. I had a question about rejections, and then... oh my God, I lost it.
I can riff about trains for...
Don't riff about trains. It's a waste of time.
What's to do with train food?
I know what it was. You have, in the past 20 minutes and also in life, you've referred to yourself as an improv snob. Do you still consider yourself an improv snob? And what is the theory about improv as an art that you think people are missing?
Oh, it's genius. So there's a book, we set dressed it. It's called Improvising at the Speed of Life. I'm in the middle of it right now. I should read more of it. My snobbery, dude, I've actually always been such a snob. It's really bad. There's this idea of improv where it's like, I'm the poop fart man and I'm delivering piss. I'm the piss gobbler. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where there's like, it's like...
It's just crude and shock value.
It's just crude and shock value, and it's just like random things happening. And we like to, I like derogatorily say that it's called like adult improv. Like, or like there's like a really cringy improv group that's going popular on Instagram, and it kind of pisses me off. And they're like not good. It's like really good cringe humor because they bomb a lot. And I think Whose Line Is It Anyway is hysterical. Like I have watched every single episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway, the original series. Like the Colin Mockery with Drew, Wayne, Colin, Ryan, and the rotating cast with Drew Carey is like one of my favorite shows. I've seen every episode. Short form I respect, but I don't think it's like sustainable.
Short form is the one where it's like if
Games.
Something's not working, they switch out really quickly.
Yes. I have been...
So it's the quitter's form of the sport.
I also think that this is such like a niche. Who's gonna watch this? You know what I mean? Like, sorry, I believe that people are gonna watch this. Yo, I'm gonna put some shit on blast real quick. Montage is a soft form. What I like to do, and what our goats TJ and Dave do, and what we do at the shows is if you notice, like, so we do something called mono scene, and then last time we did follow the follower, but like in a controlled way. Or if you're doing like the two-prov style that we do of TJ and Dave, everything I believe is everything's improvised. Like you're stuck. Like a play. If a play is going wrong, you can't leave the play and start a new play, right? And I think improv, I'm not an actor. I actually think that's one of my weakest points is I'm really not a good actor. I'm a good improviser. And I like making plays. I think being like a playwright, actor, improviser all at the same time on stage is fun, it's engaging, and it makes a good show. I think doing montage, which is like, do a scene, get rid of it. Start a new thing, maybe call back to that one. It's just very like, this is my big thing. The TikTokification of improv, okay? If you're watching a movie, okay, you're watching that movie for the hour and a half, 2 hours, right? If you're on TikTok and you don't like the talk, you swipe, okay? That's what short form is to me. And that's what montage is for me. Monoscene and TJ and Dave are movies where short form and montage are TikTok. Hello, 5 improv people that understand what I'm talking about. Thank you.
That is exactly what I
Hot
needed to
improv hot takes with Zane.
I'm not going to hesitate on principle of hesitation.
I feel like I need a...
Also, we are recording. There's got to be a way to keep this in without names.
Let's wait. And if it goes well, you can drop it full.
I don't have to drop it in full, but just like in the concept of like
I'll turn to camera.
Part of being in the hole is also like relationship
I'm
dynamics is a big thing of all the. I'm keeping that so that everyone knows you're.
Trying to be by in, I mean my mouth.
Talking about in it. Talk about TikTokification. Yeah.
Trying to be in that shit.
I guess my point is
bro.
to hesitate on principle of hesitation in relationships.
I'm
and
hesitating.
In the arts. And rizzing is in a sense the creative pursuit.
Whoa.
And to hesitate on principle of hesitation, to give things time on the principle of time is made up. If your heart wants something and the opportunity is there, seize it.
If you know what you want, then you wait. If you know what you want and you go and you find it and you take it, do you want a child or not? And if you give and you get and you live and you go to regret it, there are rights and wrongs and in-betweens. But what matters is the...
Into the Woods was actually the inspiration for Marty Supreme. The thesis is the same, I hear.
Like, kind of.
Is
like,
it?
kind of,
I'm actually totally guessing.
Like, kind
just
of.
On, like,
they're both about, like kids are important. But, like, it's, like, same ending,
what
but, like, totally different forwarding.
Yeah, what I got from Marty Supreme is that kids are important. That was my takeaway.
Is that if you know what you want, then you go and you find it, you take it.
That was what I was saying. If anything, Marty Supreme to me, the final
Here's
note was...
improv glossary.
I think Marty Supreme was saying that kids ruin everything. To me, by the way, those were not happy tears. Because I think Timmy knows if he had a kid right now, it would
ruin his fucking life.
It would ruin his career, just like it ruined
Marty Supreme's.
Marty Mauser's. Okay. Zane Roth just spoke about a lot of things and said a lot of improv words very quickly, so I might put this section right before. This is Zane Roth in the hole articulating the improv glossary that we have just
This one sucks.
Googled. Yeah, not that one.
I like Improv Encyclopedia. They're good.
Improv.
This is a great website.
Sponsored by Improv Encyclopedia.
I love Improv Encyclopedia. Please sponsor me. I use you so much.
I know
to be in the hole.
He in the hole. What's bulldozing?
Single. Bulldozing is when someone takes over a scene. It would be like if you were like, "Hi, welcome to the pet shop," and I was like, "Hello, I'm a French doctor from," and I didn't let you speak the whole time, and I was like, "Hi, I'm doing this now," and I didn't let you do anything.
Go down whatever you actually use.
I use all these.
Really?
Yeah, you can say anything. I tell you what it means.
Okay, well, what's a Canadian cross?
Where'd you find that?
Right under bulldozing.
Is when a player crosses a scene, try to take focus and.
Chivalry?
Y'all, no one has said Canadian cross.
Why is there chivalry? What are the different forms of
long form, short form, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Short form is like games. Yeah, so there's two. So like you start if you were to make I should make a flow chart of it. I can make a flow chart for this episode.
Okay.
Maybe. There's a really good Harold poster that I really think is cute. It's like an improv form called the Harold, and they have a really good graphic. Anyway, graphic things. So there's improv. And then from improv, you have like comedic improv is his own thing. Improv as a term is just making things up. A famous example, Mr. Yusa, my theater teacher from high school, shouts out Mr. Yusa the GOAT, told me is he used improv in a scripted play where he didn't remember his next line. It was a cue line, so it was really important for someone to enter stage. And he didn't remember it, but he knew his character's motivation. Big word. And he just improvised like a 3-line back and forth with his and they were on a stage like during a show with his co-scene partner, and they eventually, through just improv and knowing intentions, he like basically said the line enough that the person was cued for the cue line. But all this to say, like, improv is not only like, hey, can I get one more suggestion? Thank you so much. Like, improv is like, you know, in The Office when they do improv, when they're just like, just riff here. Or it's very famous, like, Dan Harmon, who wrote Community, supposedly would write Donald Glover says a funny line here. Like, he literally, like, wouldn't even write Troy's punchlines. He would just be like, Donald, like, just make the punchline. So there's, like, improv in as assistance to theater. But I think then there is also what I'm guessing you want me to talk about, which is improv as its own art form, which there was a history of improv book that it was just too dense. I didn't read it, but I should. Improv as we know it started in like the 80s. Like, improv as its own art form is like relatively new compared to like the pictures and like cinema and like
Painting.
plays.
Yeah.
You also have, this is really quick, do you know what commedia dell'arte is? So there is the foundation of comedy, or like modern day comedies, based off of a bunch of characters. Yeah. So there's these archetypes of characters, and they would basically be like every comedic role can fill in one of these characters. And basically, if you study that, you can use that to make characters really easily and do improv. And they were kind of also like an inspiration for early improv, like in the I'm going to say a wrong date, but I'll say 1600s, 1980s. You had improv as a art form come about where it's its own thing. Second City does improv for the sake of sketch, which is like, we're going to do an improv scene, and then we're going to do it. It doesn't really matter. We're not performing for anyone. We're going to write it down, and we're going to make it better. And then there was this guy, Del Close. Del Close kind of popularized he made UCB, which is where I take classes, and I think is the premier improv studio. He made improv the separate theatrical performance that it is kind of today. He made the Harold, which is a long form, but there's long form and there's short form games. And long form is more free form, less rules, and short form has like gimmicks to it, which I find gimmicky. But you know, there's like Ding, or Noir, or Director's Cut, or sometimes there's song games like Hoedown, or Irish Drinking Song, or Greatest Hits.
Okay, explain not all of these, because it sounds like there's a lot. But like Ding is popular, right?
Ding is very
What's
popular.
Ding?
So Ding is you're doing a scene, and
live in front of like
live in front of people,
yeah.
at whatever, and at any given time the host MC can say the word ding.
The host or MC says ding, and that's like a person that's part of the troupe, or like will have troops rotate.
No. It's rare.
Like if you guys did ding, you would be the person saying ding,
I
and
would
they
ding.
would do it. Okay.
Yeah, I would ding for my.
But they're not a part of the scene.
No. Oh my god, you've never seen short form.
I mean, a little bit at your shows, but you are the first time like Dream Couch Rotation is the first time I've gone to an improv show. Yes.
Whoa. I can't conceive that. I know, like, I think about that a lot where I'm like, people don't just like consume improv. I've consumed so, like, I don't know.
Yeah, improv is a hard thing. I think this about stand-up, but maybe this isn't so true. I don't see a reason that someone would go to it unless they already knew someone that was in it.
I guess I'm the minority. I just go to just watch, just to consume. There's styles of long form. Like, there's like a Harold, which is a...
Yeah, what is that?
So, oh, my sweet summer child, what is the Harold? There's like a 200-page book that describes what the Harold is. But in essence, and I'll show you the picture when we're on break, it's a form where it's there's a group game, which is like thinking of ideas, or there's a generator. Instead of saying thinking of ideas, improv people say generators. They say, we're going to generate ideas. And they use generators on stage. Oh my god, it's the worst thing in the world. Zane Roth hot improv take, I fucking hate generators. It's like doing the prep work on stage. It's disgusting. I think it should be done backstage and no one needs to see it. And then you have a first scene, a second scene, a third scene, unrelated. You then have a group game, which is just like a random scene, doesn't matter. Then you have the first scene heightened, like the game so game is like the joke of the scene comes back in a new way, and you do that 3 times. So like you have scene A, scene B, scene C, and then you have scene A prime, B prime, C prime, where it's like similar ideas but done better. And then you have a group game again, which is something random, whatever. And then you have a third beat, which is just like a put a button on everything.
Okay, so the Harold is like a board game that's great, but it takes a long time to know on the rules. Why?
Yes.
Why is it good? Like, why do people use it?
So it's UCB's premier form because it was made by Del Close. You basically do a good improv scene. That's your first beat, and it's funny because it's a good improv scene, hopefully. And then your second beat, you have an idea to play off of, and then you just think about how to play it. So you can kind of take good ideas and put them in their best spaces, which is the ideal version of it. But sometimes it sucks, and your second beat suck, and you have a bad first beat, and it just kind of ruins everything. I am on the Harold. I am going through UCB classes. I'm about to start 301, which is called like Welcome to the Harold. Like it's like 101 is like Welcome to Improv, 201 is Welcome to Game, 301 is like Welcome to the Harold, and 401 is like Perfecting the Harold. If you're good at the Harold, it means you're good at improv, and if you're good at improv, you can do anything. If A equals B, then B equals C, so A equals C.
You can be good at improv without being good at the Harold, which might not be
Yes.
very good at everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Being good at the Harold, but I think if you're good at the Harold, you can be like, you're probably a good improviser, because the Harold is like structurally difficult. I think it's purposefully structurally difficult to challenge people, but it's very heady. It's very like one of the things that I like about improv over stand-up, and this is gonna catch a lot. I don't know, Oscar might cut me flack for this, but I think there is more theory to improv. Like I don't care. I don't like the beef between stand-up and improv. I think they are both two sides of the same coin. Like
is there beef there?
There's like made up beef. Like I think it's actually, can I say it's one way. It's literally just
what way?
stand up or be like, I hate improv, because they're like, they don't fucking plan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we plan. Our planning is like practicing and like reading and living.
Because it's hard to hear people get a laugh or something on the spot if you might not be getting laughs for a bit
Something
you've worked for.
Yeah, and I think you're just, and like I don't want to perpetrate stand-up improv beef, but like if it's perpetrated, like I am the front lines of the improv war, and I can name infinite reasons why improv's better than stand-up. And we could do that. We can go banned for surrounded. I'm an improviser, and I'm surrounded by 20 stand-up comedians. My first claim is that improv as an art form is superior to stand-up. Beep,
Okay.
beep. We should make this.
We should make this. I would believe
Surrounded.
in this.
Wait, I'm going to text this to Oscar because I think he'll like it as well.
In the Hole is about not who's coming up right next, but who's next after next.
Oh, I just got it.
Did I not explain this to you?
No.
I just asked you to be interviewed?
Yeah.
Okay, because...
You know, I actually didn't, this is so separate, I didn't even know what the pitch was going to be. Hudson gave me your pitch.
Yeah, I
You
also
just
lost track of who I explained things to and
You
who
just
I
went to me.
didn't.
You just said, can I just say, on a good friend note, you were just like, can I interview for a podcast? And I didn't need anything else. I just said, yeah, okay.
That's so kind.
I know, I'm
That
the
is so
goat.
kind.
I'm trying to be in her hole.
Yeah, we're back after the commercial break. At the commercial break, we spent eating a protein bar and watching
Who's we?
Jack Tucker. It's delicious, by the way. It was peanut butter pie flavored. I would like to mention that this was originally going to be in a gym setting, but we opted for the bedroom.
We could cut to the, actually, no, we have so much to do on it.
No.
It's down.
Okay, wait, so in the Hole, I'll explain this to you because I forgot to explain this
Yeah,
to
put it
Zane.
at the beginning of the episode.
In baseball and also in stand-up comedy, the person up next, there's the batter at the plate, at bat. There's the person coming up next, who is referred to as on deck. And then the person after that is considered in the hole. This is also for stand-up comedy. You would say, coming to the stage right now, we have so-and-so, on deck is so-and-so, and in the hole we have so-and-so. In the hole can mean, in general sense, it can mean like falling behind. It can also mean being in debt. I like that in baseball and in stand-up comedy. It implies that there is an opportunity coming soon. So I am having the podcast feature people who are on their way to something. A lot of podcasts are people after they've hit certain milestones or achievements. You hear about people winning Pulitzer Prizes or gold medals, and then they talk about this part in the earlier or kind of like I'm at a loss for words, but a very determining part of their journey. This is the hard part. This is the part with the obstacles. This is the part people push through before they find the success or the accolade or whatever it may be. This
would be like, instead of, it would be like, call her dada, because it hasn't nothing's happened yet.
Yes, if I was her, yeah, Call Her Daddy should do a spin-off called Call Her Dada, and it would be people in the beginnings.
People before they're famous.
Exactly.
Call her Dada.
See, you're getting it. So this is.
I'm Alex Cooper.
See, we
I'm
almost
founding
did
father.
it. But instead of a founding father, it's like
Founding
guy on ship. This is guy on ship.
What?
Like they're coming over on the ship. Like they're not founding fathers yet. They're like on the ship.
They were born in America.
I know, but like we're not talking, like I'm not interviewing founding fathers. I'm interviewing the people before. The founding hasn't even happened yet. They're on their way from Europe right now. You're on your way from Europe to America to discover America. Or what you thought was India. I was really bad at history class. I'm gonna cut this for my own.
Clearly, I know.
I'm gonna
because
cut
Christopher
this for my
Columbus was so separate than the founding fathers.
It's not my fault.
United States, Canada,
Okay,
Mexico,
I
Panama,
know
Haiti,
that.
Jamaica, Peru,
I know that, but
Dominican
that
Republic.
wasn't my point. That also wasn't my point. Anyways,
What's your question?
I'll just cut in the middle of us arguing. So, anyways, this stage of your life would be considered in the hole. For example, if I was going to talk about Frisbee this whole time, an example of that would be like you're going volunteering at this thing this summer so that you might be able to play Frizz next summer.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in preparation in the improv world or in your creative pursuit as a whole in the world of performance? Like, does that include doing stand-up? Does that include filmmaking at some point? Does that include music making?
Probably
like what are your big plans and what are you doing to prepare for that right now?
It's kind of funny. Like, I'm not talented.
Cool. Tell me more.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for the joke to land, and it did. So, I cannot make music. I cannot edit on the computer. I can barely take a good photo. Can't sing. Never was really good at that. I can't dance. I don't have good body control.
Have you ever wanted to be better at one of these things?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Forced your way into being
No.
better? Like, it's never worked. You've never been like, I have no coordination, and then you figured out how to dance. Like, you were good at Frisbee off the rip.
And then I learned how to run. I couldn't do a pull-up. This is a true thing. There's a pull-up bar in my door, as you know, at all times.
True.
And I used to not be able to do a pull-up, and my dad said I'm going to put a pull-up bar here, and every time you walk through, just try.
He was like, son, you're chunk.
He was like,
lift yourself up.
He actually said dieting is for sissies. He said, eat whatever you want. And I said, thanks, Dad. He said, all right. But, yeah, he did say that.
Wait, that's really nice, actually.
He was like, as long as you exercise, you can eat whatever you want.
In Ozempic's America, that's intuitive eating
Gary
king.
Roth, our intuitive eating king, was like, eat whatever you want as long as you, like, bike around and, like, walk, which you do. So you do whatever you want. So I am not talented. I've kind of just do improv. And if it doesn't work out, I'm kind of screwed. And I say that in the way, like, I know we have friends that are like, I'm dancing, but I'm also making music, but I make poetry on the side, but I'm also sewing. I, like, play sports and do improv. Like, literally, that's it. If the improv doesn't take off, the sports, it is definitely not going to.
Pro Frizz isn't.
Not going to happen. Not good enough. And if I was, we don't get paid. Professional Frisbee players don't get paid anything. I wish I liked a real sport sometimes. Frisbee's the best, though.
Would you support this strategy that you're sort of implementing, which is do things for the love of the game, hope for the best?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a 5-year plan. You're in the hole and you love being in the hole.
You think LeBron is like, I'm going to play at 41?
I don't even know who that is.
LeBron James.
I'm kidding.
LeBron James wakes up every day for the love of the game and dunks on people half his age. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I can't wake up and dunk on people twice my age on the improv comedy stage, what's the point, y'all? Okay? I will say this is actually something I'm realizing. This is actually good. This is good for your podcast. I know we've been off tangents. I am realizing that I am the youngest person in every space I'm in, which is a very privileged position. I'd say even the most privileged position. I think you can be the wealthiest person in a room. You can be the strongest person in a room. You can be the tallest person in a room. You can be the shortest person. You can be the most attractive person in a room. But I think being the youngest person in a room is like, I have the most time to catch up to everyone. So maybe I'm not the best improviser right now, but at every single improv, this is true, every single improv show we've hosted, I was the youngest performer. Every single improv class I've taken at UCB, I was the youngest person in that class. Every single time I play Frisbee, I'm either the youngest or second, like tied for the youngest. Mm-hmm. One day I will not be the youngest person in every area I go into, and I'll be fine with that. But it's kind of good to know that, like, am I the greatest of all time right now? No. Well, who knows, but like, probably not. But I am at least the youngest. So that means I'm doing something right.
Okay, yes. Yeah, like you're taking initiative as early as you can understand. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you for being on topic.
Thank you.
You were also, well, are you? You were the youngest guest on the podcast. Is that true? What is your birthday?
July 30th. I'm 22. Hudson is, are you doing Hudson yet? Hudson's younger than me.
No, Hudson hasn't happened yet.
Okay, so far I'm the youngest person on this podcast. A lot younger than the host.
Yeah, Unc Sophie over here.
We're off topic. This episode is so cooked.
I'm cutting you.
Do you want to redo this episode?
No, that's what On Deck is for. On deck is when I
5
have
years
someone
later.
on for a second. Like, I'm gonna have Morgan and Oscar back in a year or less because I want Oscar after Just for Laughs. Not even jinxing it. I just think he'll get it.
And we all know.
And we all know. That's.
We all know. And then he's gonna judge. And then he's gonna judge us.
I know he's
We're
gonna
get
judge
jutted.
us. Yeah, but I'm gonna Leslie Man it up. You're the only one who has made it very crude. I was like, I don't even think it sounds that crude. Most people don't even
It doesn't sound crude. We're just.
Interroll. You know what? We can talk about this if you're so inclined. I think that more people need to love giving oral sex. I think everyone would be happier if everyone enjoyed the act more. I think making oral sex transactional is not even like a recession indicator, but like a capitalism result.
I agree with you, and I think that there's I bet it was an Instagram reel. I don't remember where I heard it or read it or TED Talk or whatever, but it was about driving your friend to the airport. People are like, well, I'm just gonna take an Uber. Like back in the day, like you couldn't get an Uber. You had to, like your friend.
Had to rely on your
friend. Yes.
That's what's happening in childcare too. We used to live in villages where people.
Yes.
There was more cross, like age mixing.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking
about. Like generational mixing was happening.
Yes, and it doesn't happen as much anymore.
Other families, and they would be talking to people of different ages. Now all the kids are one age, and we have to hire someone with money
to watch
them, and there's not. We don't have the village aspect.
Yes. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard about this.
It's wasting money, and it's not benefiting the children. Or it's also not benefiting the older people, too, because older people need younger people in their lives.
You should be raising kids for the love of the game. You should be driving your friends to the airport for the love of the game. And you should be giving oral sex for the love of the community. There should be a glory hole spot.
Lack of child care in your community being accessible.
We're so off topic.
It's coming from the same thing.
Dude, this podcast is this podcast is gonna be lit. This is something that me, Hudson, and Oscar talk about. This is back on topic, and then we're gonna get off topic, and then we're gonna get back on topic. But there's this idea that like recently I was like, would you keep doing what you were doing if you knew that you were never gonna make it? Like that as an idea, like if the dream never happens, would you keep chasing it? Mm-hmm. And I was like, y'all, like for like a bit, I was like, y'all, no, like I want the payoff. Like I can't. It's a joke. There has to be setup, and the only reason we have setup is for payoff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was talking to Oscar and Hudson. We were like, and I think Oscar said it. It might have been Hudson. I don't remember. But they were like, this is the dream. Like, living the dream is not like making it and being famous. Living the dream is like the pursuit of greatness. Mm-hmm. And like we are in the luckiest part. Because so after you've made it, like your life changes. Like if I was like famous, like I wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have fun. I would be like, I'm going to LA to shoot season 10 of the improv show, right? And I think, wait, this relates to head. Because if you're constantly giving head because you want head,
you'll never.
Giving head is the dream. Okay?
You tied that back.
Do you see?
You did it, yeah,
and that's why I'm the GOAT.
And that's why he's the GOAT.
Because none of this was scripted.
This is a good highlight of the improv gene that you have.
I definitely have an improv gene.
Like, that did tie back in a way that I did
You
not
didn't see it?
but,
really?
But that's absolutely true. And also, that's fictional.
I know.
Yeah.
I say this, you can keep this in or cut this out. I give more than I get.
I'm not saying that it doesn't mean something to be giving or getting in an imbalanced way. There's normally a lesson to be learned, or it means something if you're giving more than you're getting, not just in head, in all capacities. But I will say that, this is something that someone said recently. This is separate. I'm writing a short story, but I had to like make sure my thesis was correct before I finished this. And the concept is, the person who wins the race is just the person who is racing. If you are focused on winning, you might not win. Really?
Nardwar has a thing where Nardwar got famous late, and he's like, Nardwar was a long. I don't remember if this is just the parable or just this is the truth, but he's like, I was a long distance runner. Nardwar said this, and he's like, I was a runner, and I was not fast. I was a really slow runner. And he tells it much better because he's Nardwar. But he basically goes on to say that, like, he got 5th place in this big race, and everyone thought he would get, like, 25th or whatever. But he got 5th because everyone else got tired and dropped out. Yeah, they were faster than him, but they stopped running.
Yeah.
Nardwar got 5th because he kept running. And he's like, if you, and this is tying it all back, if you keep running, eventually you have to cross. Like, eventually, people around you are going to get tired. Like, we have this dream, like, we as in, like, people like me, are like, I'm going to make it at 25, and then 25 to, 50, I'll have a really good career, and then 50 to, like, 70, I'll be, like, old, and then I'll have, like, a 70, I'll have, like, a weird movie that, like, hits crazy, and then I'll, like, retire with my kids, and I'll die rich, and I'll be happy. Mm-hmm. But, like, it might just be running till everyone else has stopped running at, like, 37.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's like, well, you crossed the finish line because no one else is running. You want to do this now? And then you're like, okay, I guess.
It's like the 100 rejections.
It is like
you have to like getting rejected. Even if
you have to become addicted to getting rejected.
Or even if you are telling yourself that it's just 100 rejections until you get your yes.
Yeah.
At least it makes you enjoy the rejection while it's happening. If I go work a bad job, I don't like the work that I do, I don't like the people that I work with, it's a 12-hour shift, it makes me feel greasy and sweaty after, and I don't like it. The way to make myself happy about this is to just act like I already have the goal. Like, if I was going into all of that and I was published in the New Yorker, I would think it's all novel, and I would probably be able to put a positive enough spin on it.
I agree.
Especially because I think, especially us, our circles, being in New York, I would argue a lot of the people that are grumpy about their bad days don't have enough of a reason to be as upset as they are. We have resources and community and time and energy around us. Like, you can turn a frown upside down if you put in the work. And my way of putting in the work right now has been like, the rule is if I were published in the New Yorker and that would make me happy with what is going on right now, I should just be happy with what is going on right now. If my laundry machine breaks and my sink leaks and all of this annoying stuff happens, but if it wouldn't bother me if I was already published in the New Yorker, then I should not let it bother me now. Because if it's that simple of a thing, just an idea of something intangible, like, I might as well. I might as well be happy. I might as well like my 99 rejections, because if there's 99,000, I could just, if I'm always acting like there's 100th, and the comfort of the 100th can turn around it, like, make it happen, turn it around. I don't know if I articulated that well.
I actually just articulated it very well, and I think I have a similar but different outlook on life than you. Instead of chasing this one thing that would turn my life around, which I think is what a lot of us are chasing, like being published or like getting a spot, like a show or whatever. I'm very much, as recently, and we're in Passover right now, and there's a very, very famous piece from Passover called Dayenu. Do you know what Dayenu means?
We sing the Dayenu song.
Ilu hotzi hotziyanu mi mitzrayim hotziyanu mi mitzrayim Dayenu.
Not this one.
Ilu
It's
natan
like
natan yeah. Dayenu 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 Dayenu.
Yeah, this one.
Ilu natan lanu eta Shabbat natan lanu eta Shabbat Dayenu. Anyway, it means if that was all, it would have been enough. If God got us out of Egypt but didn't feed us for 40 years, Dayenu, that would have been more than enough. If he fed us but then didn't give us a holy land, that would have been enough. Mm-hmm. If he fed us but it didn't taste like the best thing in the world, because it's supposed to be like they fed us manna, which is like tasted like anything you wanted. So if he fed us but it didn't taste amazing, would have been enough. Freed us but didn't give us the Torah, it would have been enough. If he gave us the Torah and nothing else, that would have been enough. If he made the world, that would have been enough. If he made the world and then he also gave us a day of rest, that would have been enough. And at the end, you go for all these things together and individually, Dayenu, that would have been enough. And I recently, like, I have a lot of things. I want all these things to happen. I want to, become famous. I want to have my show. I want to, tour and go and have people pay money, and so I could support myself with simply comedy. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I was raised in Manhattan, Dayenu. I have 2 loving parents, Dayenu. I have a wonderful, fun brother, Dayenu. I'm surrounded by friends who love me and support me and are there for me, Dayenu. I'm not Chunk, Dayenu. I have other interests and other hobbies that I can always fall back upon if the one that's, one of them is giving me stress, Dayenu. Mm-hmm. When my sink breaks and my faucet leaks and I stub my toe and there's laundry to fold, it's like, yeah, but I get to hang out with my friends and walk to a show later, or probably going to bike actually, bike to Broadway to see a show later, and then I get to wake up and like play Frisbee on Sunday morning. Like why would I complain about my faucet leaking?
Yes, yeah, exactly. I don't want to be misconstrued. The reason that I think my happiness strategy is working is because it's the realization that, like, I don't know what getting published in the New Yorker feels like, and it actually doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter if I ever get there, because the thought of it soothes me, and writing with the idea of it maybe happening is nice, but I actually just like writing. Like, yes. That, I actually just like the being. I did stand-up for the first time last week. I'm starting a podcast. At the beginning of last month, I would not have anticipated either of these things happening, because it doesn't matter if you have the idea of it happening. Like, I'm liking what I do day to day, and I'm taking the opportunity of the thing that is happening. I'm saying the thing you're saying.
No, I agree.
I
agree
not
with
as
you.
Articulately. But if the idea of the thing soothes you, it actually almost proves that it was never about the thing at all. This is the beauty of being in the hole.
Yes.
We're not famous. We're busy, but almost in the most freeing, busy way it could be. I'm not busy with, like, dream projects back to back, but I'm, like, living the dream, being...
My busy is, like, I'm seeing my friend tomorrow. I'm hanging out with friends, and then I'm hanging out with friends, and then I'm playing Frisbee, and then I'm seeing a show and hanging out with friends. And what am I doing Monday? I'm hanging out with friends in the morning, and then I'm going to work, whatever. And then I'm seeing friends, and then my friends from Buffalo's hanging. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm busy because I'm seeing my friends. Like, and then Friday, oh no, we have a party. Like, God forbid.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, if we were shooting in LA, if I was like, fuck, I have an improv show Friday, like, I can't make your birthday, that would suck. The day that, like, what a joy it would be to turn down a hangout because I have a show, like that would be like right now I'm like, what a dream. But I probably when it happens, it's gonna be like, what a nightmare.
Or even so, we win both ways actually. We're either like achieving the creative pursuit we dreamed of, or we're achieving having community that loves us. I used to pray for friendship more than anything. I wanted friends so badly. I would have given anything.
When was this?
Literally
college.
When
was this, last week?
But like, I used to dream for that. We have it in surplus so much so that we're struggling to like
find time for all of them.
We're struggling like, oh, I have too many friends to hang out with. I actually have too much love and
my
joy
steak
and opportunity.
Is too buttery.
Lobster too buttery.
Steak too juicy.
Steak
too juicy. Lobster too buttery.
Yeah, we are in the hole. We are in the hole. We talked about how much we love the hole. You have also talked about you are often the youngest in the rooms that you enter, and this is a large advantage, especially in places because it gives you maybe a little bit of a fallback if you're not the best, because it gives you maybe an excuse or wiggle room, or it gives flexibility, or at the very least it provides confidence to make up for that maybe. What's your strategy for when that doesn't happen, or even if someone wants to start something later but they're worried about their age? Like what would you advise? Because right now it's sounding like if you're not the youngest in the room, you should probably...
No, I'm not saying that if you're not the youngest in the room, you have no shot. I'm saying that something that I am very lucky to have is being the youngest in the room.
And recognizing that.
We say it a lot, but like, what is it? Morgan Freeman didn't start acting until he was 47. We jokingly say, that's like a famous trope to say, but like, it's true.
Yeah.
Like... We think of like everyone needs to be Timothée Chalamet, where like you got an acting job at like 18. Like you did Interstellar at 18, and now you're at Marty Supreme and you're 23, 25, 27, who knows? Like who knows when you're going to get famous? Also, famous isn't the goal. I have dreams of fame, but my goal is to pay my bills with my art. That has always been my goal. I do not need to make like $1 million a year. Maybe like just 500,000 would be nice. So something light for improviser money. To just be. I think if you are 27, older, right? Like give up. If you're 26, maybe you have a chance. No. If you're Unk, just start now. Be the
Unk you want to see.
Be the Unk you want to see in the world. You know what? Instead of being the youngest person, like something I really have confidence in is that like I've done improv for like 12, 11, whatever, 10 to 12. I could count, it's whatever, figured out. For like, let's say over 10 years. And I'm 22. So that means every room I walk into, I'm almost always the youngest and I'm almost always the one with the most experience. This is like my brag. Be the oldest with the least amount of experience. Fuck it. Like literally fuck it. One day, oh my God, I'm going to pick up like dancing and I'll be like 70 and I'll be the oldest person in the room with the least experience. And that's such like, that sounds so freeing. I think there's something there. I don't know what's there. I'm too young. I'm like 22, bro. Like check in with me in like when I'm Unk.
Okay.
When I'm Unk at 26. What are you, how old are you, 24?
23.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're cooked.
You're gonna be me
You're
soon.
fried.
When we're both 23.
Don't. I'm not. July 29th. Bang. Oh my God. Y'all. Oh my God. There's unrelated. I hate when like people are like, you're such a baby. And I'm like, they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 22. They're like, you're such a baby. And I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, I'm 24. And I'm like, okay.
I'm getting really tired of the age thing in general.
Why did age become important recently?
It might just be that it starts being controversial when you're in your early 20s. This is when people have the most opinions. All of the other ages, it's like 16 means you can get your license. 18 means you can vote. 21 means you can drink. And like 23 means you're either a baby or you're ahead of the game, and women start feeling like they've lost their youth and start fearing getting older.
Women should never feel like they've lost their youth.
little feminism on the pod.
I want to be in her hole.
Zane.
Hi, thank you so much. My name has been Zane Roth.
No, age is, I was having this thought recently, and there's not a way that isn't, like, making an epiphany out of something normal, but I'm tired of talking about age. I'm tired of it mattering. Well, Oscar and I were talking about this, too, because he's the youngest often as well. And
Yes.
he's got to jump on it early, and there's a lot of benefits in this, and there's a lot of privilege in being the youngest on the lineup, things like that. That's absolutely true. On the other hand, it's sort of like the system works for him, which is good. Like, the system is working for us all, being in our early 20s, being early in our creative pursuits. On the other hand, why does this matter? It should be more about, like, how long you've been doing it or how much you care. Like, I understand that there needs to be some sort of a metric, but the meritocracy is much preferred over the age thing.
I agree.
But the age thing is becoming increasingly important. Also, how old you look. Like Oscar was also saying, he kind of benefits from
he's talking about this.
looking
young on
younger,
purpose.
looking young on purpose, and leaning into it when it
I
needs
look
to
old,
happen.
though. I don't look.
You do look
no
older
one,
than
and I don't
22.
respectfully. I'll glaze myself. I don't talk 22. Like, yeah, when I talk to you and I'm like unk chop cheese riz lurd skibbity poopter, but like if I hang out with like normal human beings, I talk at like, I don't know. I trying to sound eloquent. I think
We also all have the power of articulation on our side. I think
we're all artists.
our group is very good at articulation by way of
jobs.
self-expression.
Yeah.
Like and by everyone having their maybe like purest form of expression happen through different art forms, I think has given us all a lot of tools to speak on a range of things.
But yeah,
in or outside of the arts.
No one thinks I'm 22. No one ever meets me and is like, "You're a 22-year-old."
Yeah.
Everyone is like, "You're like 26."
Yeah.
I saw facial
but it's
hair.
also in your spaces where people
big.
are older, where they're expecting 26.
People expect me older. I'm also like, I'm larger. Like, I have facial hair. My voice is kind of deep. I think I sound put together. I actually know I'm well spoken because I do improv. Like, it's my.
Yeah, like it helps. It helps a lot with other. Anyways, that was kind of off tangent. I want you to give me 3 pieces of media that you would recommend people consume. It can be plays.
Got you.
Poetry books. It can be.
Kung Fu Panda 1.
Okay.
Greatest movie ever made. Hands down. A book. If you want an improv book, this doesn't count. This is not my part of my 3. This is just a recommendation. Improvising the Speed of Life doesn't count. Not part of my books. My second, that's a movie. Let's go with Into the Woods. Just watch it. It's perfect. And then, actually, this one also doesn't count. Merrily Roll Along. I think Into the Woods is a better piece of art, ? But I think Merrily We Roll Along. Have you ever seen Merrily? Do you know anything it's about?
No.
You're gonna love it. It's literally about this. It's literally about this.
Okay.
And if they made a musical about it, and it's good, and it's about like trying to get out of the hole. And then the third thing, that's a movie, a play / musical, and then a book. Maybe I'm biased. See an improv show. See an improv show, and it might suck. It really. This is one of the problems. Actually, this is a larger problem we can discuss. But like, because you've seen stand-up shows. Some people are just not funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go to a stand-up show and you're like, that was just a bad show. Mm-hmm. You might go to an improv show. You might be like, I'm going on to Zane's recommendation. It might suck. It really might. And I'm sorry if it does. But just go see one. Because I really think that, like, in a world that's becoming, but in a world that's, like, so, like, AI and so, like, structured and edited, curated, and makeup, Ozempic, scrolling, Instagram Reels, TikTok, to just see a group of people, of just humans, try to invent comedy in front of your eyes, I think is one of the like truest things. And that's one of the reasons I love improv so much, is because like end of the day, like it's just people working as a team trying to be creative for the entertainment of you.
Beautiful. And as your final thing, where can we find you? Where can we see you soon?
Roth and Santos. Follow us at Broken Couch Improv. Roth and Santos. We are competing in the 2Prov tournament run by UCB. We have a show May 14th at QED for the preliminary rounds. The semifinal rounds are May 18th and 20th. Hopefully we get to those, or I know we're going to get to those. And the finals is May 24th. I'll be there. And then we will hopefully win. And I don't think that... I know for a fact we're going to win. And the thought that we lose does not even enter my conscience. What my life looks like after I win the 2Prov UCB tournament... hopefully I get like a blank check from Zoran Mamdani.
You guys can bike around together.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Zoran hit me up. And also, this is so weird. I'm going to put a cap on this episode. There's like dreams of like comedy and everything, but like, I might become like a politician or something. I don't know. I might just become like a history teacher.
And you're a science teacher right now?
Long-term substitute science teacher.
And you studied poli-sci, right?
I studied poli-sci and history, but I have a background in science from just self-exploration and joy.
This is quick just for me. In college, you studied poli-sci and history.
And Judaic studies, technically. I was a major in political science with a minor in history and Judaic studies.
Oh, okay. And you did improv on the side. Did
yes.
you ever get accepted into one of the UB troops? Okay, yeah.
I got in my freshman after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I really did just get it. No. He was like, "You're good at improv. Like, I'm gonna get you in." So my freshman year, first semester, I was in a troupe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then I have never not been in a troupe.
Since that day, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've always either been in a college troupe or the troupe that I'm in here. I was the president my senior year of the entire club. I ran troops my senior year and my junior year before I went to Taiwan, and I did improv in Taiwan. I did stand-up in Taiwan as well. That's a story for another day. But I would actually do weekly improv and stand-up in Taiwan. I probably did the most I've probably done more minutes in Taipei than in New York City. Because I literally didn't miss, like, I like went week, I had like, a new 5, like every, I was on my stuff when I was in Taiwan.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about your Taiwanese background.
Taiwan!
Okay, long live Taiwan, long live improv, long live improv. Zane Roth. Nice.